You want to be great. You want to do great things. And you don't want to remain at the level of mediocrity that you are right now. You see people around you on social media, even your family and your friends. They're better than you. They have the things that you want, and they're doing the things that you want to do. Why do you think this is? There's one simple reason for it, and that is the mistake that I'm going to outline in this video. But not only am I going to outline this mistake, I'm also going to give you three powerful motivation habits that will help you overcome this mistake and take back control of your life. So, I hope you're wondering what this mistake is and why it affects so many people's lives. This mistake is not taking action. Think of somebody you know that has high aspirations set for themselves, has high goals set for themselves. They want to be something great. They want to do something great, but they're not taking action towards their goals. They could know exactly what they need to do in order to get to be where they want to be, but they're not taking action. And why is this? This is because of a lack of motivation. In order to get rid of this lack of motivation, you need to watch this video where I'll outline three habits spread out throughout your day in order to maximize the amount of motivation you have and have an easier time reaching your goals. Now, the first one starts in the morning, where I want you to spike your motivation way up high and keep it rolling throughout the day so you have an easy time doing these habits. Now, the next one comes midday, where I want you to increase your motivation if it has fallen off, which happens to a lot of people. And the third one is to increase your motivation before you're going to bed so that these effects will linger when you wake up in the morning, making the next day even easier. And this will create a cycle that gets you closer and closer until you have reached your goals. Now, the habit that I want you to do right when you wake up in the morning is do the hardest task that you need to complete in your day or the worst task that you need to complete in the day in the morning when you wake up. There's a quote by Mark Twain that I absolutely love, and it goes like this: Eat a live frog first thing in the morning, and nothing worse will happen to you the rest of the day. Now, the reason why this is so important is because if you do the hardest thing, the worst thing in the morning, then all the other tasks throughout your day will seem easy. They won't seem that strenuous because, oh, well, I did this morning and that was so much harder. Now this thing is easy. If you were to wake up and do something like playing video games, then it would be such a strain, it would be such a drag to do something that's actually hard later on in your day. Now, if you can't get the hardest thing done in the morning, that's okay. Just try to get a very hard task done in the morning. But there's one more reason why you want to do the hardest task in the morning. And this is because generally, this isn't true for everybody, but generally, your motivation is highest when you wake up in the morning. Like when I wake up in the morning, I am so motivated. I want to get everything done in my day. And then sometimes I'll get sucked into my phone or I'll start playing video games or eating. Well, that's what I used to do. And my motivation would just plummet. But what you're supposed to do is do the hardest thing in the day, and it'll help your motivation stay like this instead of your motivation going like this. And then that just sets you up for a bad day. Now, the habit that I want you to do at midday, if your motivation has plummeted, or if you just want to maintain your motivation throughout the rest of your day and not lose it, this is to set your expectations lower. Just an example from my life. I'll think, I want to go for a run today. That's what I'll think in the morning. And it sounds so enticing in the morning because, like I said, you have high motivation in the morning. But I just think, oh, I don't want to go out and run 8 miles. That sounds so terrible. And it just doesn't sound like very healing. But if you set your expectations lower, so like I know David Goggins does this, and I have picked up on this too, is I'll go, just get your running shoes on. Go step outside. Do your stretching, let's run half mile, and then let's run a mile. Let's run 2 miles, and just kind of split it up into more sub steps instead of thinking of it like this big beast of a task that you need to get done. Like, imagine me having to record these videos in a day. It's just so like taxing, and it seems like such a beast. But if I break it up into smaller tasks, it's really not that hard to get done. But I start to put it off when I think of it as such a big task. So instead of procrastinating, just get the first thing done. Like I said, if you want to go for a run, put your running shoes on. If you want to go to the gym, change into your gym clothes. If you want to start reading, just open up the book and, read one sentence. And this will help you to get these habits done that you want to get done that will get you towards your goals every single day. Now, the habit that I want you to do right before you go to bed in order to increase your motivation when you wake up the next day. Now, I know Iman Gaji does this, and what it is to reflect on your day's successes and losses, and also to plan out what you're going to do the next day. So when I sit in bed at night, I think, man, that run was good today. That like the gym was good today, and I got a really good workout in. But then I also think, hmm, I was supposed to, record my video today, or I wanted to read 10 pages, but I didn't. And that just kind of makes me like think that's why I got to be better that's why I got to be better tomorrow. So then I think tomorrow, okay, what am I going to do tomorrow? I'm going to end up recording that video that I wanted to record. And you sit in bed, and what this does is when you go to sleep, the last thought that you have before you go to bed, that's the first thing that's memorized. So when you wake up the next day, that's the first thing you're going to remember. You're going to think, man, I remember what I have to do today. I remember that I have to, go for a run. I remember that I have to go to the gym and I have to do this and that. And when you do that right before you go to bed, then when you wake up the next day, you're going to be motivated to do these tasks and you're going to know exactly what you do. A lot of people that have these habits they know are good, but they don't know necessarily what order to do them in or like when to do them. This also helps because you could say, okay, I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to go for a run. I'm gonna do the hardest task of my day, which is going to the gym. So I'm gonna wake up in the morning and I'm gonna get my coffee and I'm gonna go to the gym. And just plan your day out before you go to bed, and this will set you up for success the next day. The last thing that I'm gonna leave you with is that none of these habits are gonna really affect your life, and they're not gonna improve your life unless you have good sleep and you have energy. Now, you want to do all these habits, and this motivation will help you do these habits, but this motivation is not going to do anything for you if you don't have the energy to do these habits in the first place, which is why you should watch this video on how to optimize your sleep. And always remember to keep moving forward.